Hey everyone, Brownie here with another Pokemon video, and today I'm here to talk about 7-star Delphox and which Pokemon are going to help you win the raid. So let's get right into it. So let's first look at Delphox and what you can expect to see during the raid. Delphox's Terra type is Fairy, so it's weak against Poison and Steel types. Its ability is Magician, which steals the held item of Pokemon that it attacks, but you won't have to worry about that in the raid. Its main moves are Dazzling Gleam, Psychic, Fire Blast, and Will-O-Wisp. And its bonus moves are Dazzling Gleam, which it opens the fight with, Nasty Plot, which it uses when the time meter is at about half, and that raises Delphox's special attack by 2 stages. And Magic Room, which it uses when its shield is about to break, and that makes it so for 5 turns your held item doesn't work. And Delphox will also remove its own debuffs when the time meter is down about a third, and it'll remove your buffs at the same time it uses Magic Room, which again is right about the time that you're going to break the shield. So now that we've looked at Delphox, let's look at which Pokemon are going to help you beat the raid. So first up is Ceruledge. My Ceruledge was a Steel Terra type with an Adamant nature. For the ability, I went with Flash Fire, which negates fire moves used against it, and also, when it is hit with a fire move, it powers up its own fire moves. For the EVs, I focused on HP and attack. Held item, I used Covert Cloak, which negates the secondary effects of moves used against it. For its moves, I went with Bitter Blade, Iron Head, Swords Dance, and Clear Smog. So for Ceruledge, you want to start the fight using Swords Dance and Bitter Blade. It's all about surviving and getting your attack up and getting to the point where you can tear it to the Steel type, because once you do, your Flash Fire will keep you safe from fire moves, and your Steel typing is going to make it so Psychic and Fairy moves only do half damage to you. Once you get there and you're healthy, keep using Iron Head to bring the shield down. After Delphox uses Nasty Plot, use Clear Smog to get rid of it, and just keep using Iron Head and Bitter Blade until the shield's gone. You can use Swords Dance once or twice once it wipes your buffs, but it should be a pretty easy fight once the shield goes down. So next up, let's talk about Armarouge. My Armarouge had a Steel Terra type and a Modest nature. And just like Ceruledge, its ability was Flash Fire, so it had immunity to fire, and when it did get hit, it buffed its own fire moves. For the EVs, I focused on HP and special attack, and for its held item, I used Leftovers for that passive healing every turn. The moves I used were Flash Cannon, Acid Spray, Mythical Fire, and Calm Mind. And now for Armarouge, you want to start the fight by using Calm Mind 6 times. This will fully max out your special attack and your special defense. And all the while you're doing this, your leftovers will be keeping you alive. Around the time you get your 6th Calm Mind off, should be about when Delphox is wiping its own debuffs. After that, you want to use Mythical Fire 2 to 3 times. That way, when it uses Nasty Plot, it just negates it because you already have its special attack down 2 to 3 stages. After that, you want to hit it with 3 acid sprays. That'll lower Delphox's special defense by 6. And then start hitting it with flash cannon, and you're going to do a lot of damage. The shield should break with 1 flash cannon hit, and because its special defense is still down by 6, the second flash cannon will likely finish the fight. And the last Pokemon I want to recommend is Darkspawn. But before I get into that, I don't recommend using Darkspawn if you're trying to solo it. You can beat Delphox solo with Darkspawn, but it is incredibly inconsistent. I highly recommend using Darkspawn if you're playing co-op instead of solo. But now let's actually get into the build. My Darkspawn was a Fairy Terra type with an adamant nature. For the ability, you want to use Well-Baked Body, which negates fire type moves and raises your defense by 2 stages every time you do get hit by a fire type move. For its EVs, I focused on HP and attack, and for the held item, I used Leftovers for the passive healing every turn. And for its moves, you can use either Lick or Play Rough, Crunch, Snarl, and Howl. So with Darkspawn, if you want to be a little bit more supporty, I recommend using Lick. That way you have a chance of paralyzing Delphox every time you use it. But if you want to do a little bit more damage, I recommend using Play Rough instead. Crunch is there for the chance of lowering Delphox defense by 1 stage. And Snarl will lower Delphox's special attack by 1 stage every time. Howl raises Darkspawn and the entire team's attack by 1 stage every time. So with Darkspawn, for whatever reason, Delphox uses almost only Will-O-Wisp on him. You might see Psychic or Dazzling Gleam usually near the end of the fight, but the whole fight, it just uses Will-O-Wisp over and over again. I've tested this multiple times. I've done fights using Darkspawn 10, 15, 20 times. Every fight goes the exact same way. It's just Will-O-Wisp over and over and over. So because of that, you don't really have to worry about feigning at all as Darkspawn. So you are solely focused on supporting whatever teammates are going to be doing the brunt of the damage. So start off the fight using Howl. You want to get up to the point where Delphox removes its own debuffs, and then start hitting it with Snarl to get its special attack as low as possible, and Crunch to try and get its defense to lower some, but it's gonna be inconsistent because it's a chance. It's not every time. After that, you can either use Lick and try and paralyze Delphox to help the team out, or if you want to help do more damage, break the shield a little bit quicker, you can Terra and start using Play Rough to help bring the shield down a little bit quicker. But again, I want to reiterate, I don't recommend using Darkspawn if you're trying to do this solo. Out of, like I said, the 15, 20 times that I did the raid using Darkspawn, I was only able to beat Delphox 1 time. And even that, the time meter was all the way down. And those are my 3 Pokemon that I recommend to use against Delphox in the 7-star raid. Hopefully you found this video useful, and if you were struggling to beat Delphox, hopefully you're able to do so now. Please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy this channel. And I hope you all have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.